Welcome to Western Cinema Presents The Three Amigos, starring Chevy Chase, Martin Short, and Steve Martin. This one's from 1988, an oldie but goodie, Western comedy. And if you're first time viewing this here on our channels, we can't actually show these films due to copyright. But this one's a rare gem comedy slash western. I think you'll be in for a treat if you haven't seen it. Let's go to my co-host. What do you have to say about this feature film today?
All right, as we said, this is Three Amigos from 1988. It is a comedy western with a little bit of action in it. It's a fun one about these three film actors, kind of down on their luck, who play these characters, the Three Amigos, and they are hired to do what they think is kind of like a Wild West show.
Yep.
But they misread the letter that they receive, and once they go down to Mexico, they find out that they're up against real live bandits, and they have to find their kind of inner Wyatt Earps to save the day.
Yep.
I don't remember if I saw this one in theaters or not on the day. I think I did, but I don't recall for sure. But this is a mainstay on cable. Very popular film, and let's watch it today and see if it still holds up. I want to say a hello to the chat real quick before we get started. Lady Mist, the Emoji Queen, our IT guy, LDG,
Yeah.
who I think I'm going to get together with on some things too. And our pal, Canadian Spider Man, is in the house.
Hey, Canadian Spider-Man. All right. If you follow us to the screening room, we will start the feature film.
The Cosme link is posted at the top of both chats.
All right. Here
Or at
we
least
go.
it should be.
Orion Pictures.
Association with HBO.
Hope your day is going well, everybody. LDG, Canadian Spider-Man, Lady Mist. Oh, and share out this stream. Let people know that we're live.
Mm-hmm. Co-produced by Lauren Michaels, of course, the creator of Saturday Night Live.
This film was shot in along around the Tucson area
Mhm.
at an old Tucson studios. Ah, look, executive producers Steve Martin.
Mhm. Written by Steve Martin, Lauren Michaels, and Randy Newman, who did all of the music for the film, and also plays the singing bush. We're going to see later
Mexico
on.
1916. Hail, Decepticons Cave of Comics. Good to see you, my friend. Hope the holiday week is underway and you're being safe and you're ready to have a good Christmas. How's the picture in the theater? Is it pretty good? An audio?
So far, so good.
Good. I was going to go back to the early age of film where some were mostly silent.
Mhm.
Exactly 7 minutes, 5 seconds in.
Ah, their catchphrase.
Maybe he had a stuntman doing his gun twirling for him.
Yeah, that's going to come into question before by the end. Nah, we're not doing this for the money. Yeah. Sound familiar? You see, this is the funny thing about it, right? Is the fact that they think they're going off to this Wild West show and they don't realize that they're going up against real bandits. It's the fact that this woman thinks these three actors are going to save the day.
Yeah.
She thinks she just watched a documentary, basically.
Infamous.
And that's the word everybody's going to get hung up on.
Yes. Needless to say, there might have been something lost in translation over the telegraph.
Yes. Meanwhile, of course, Joe Mantegna is the movie producer, Flugelman, and of course, John Lovitz and Phil Hartman.
Yeah, it's got some classic actors in here. Indian givers. You're taking our clothes too. Well, at least they didn't even possess their underwear. Convenient
Package for B
timing.
Bunny.
Damn telegraph operator typo and infamous. His attempts to get his butt companion's attention going on deaf ears. Three sparkly outfits, three sparkly sombreros. German flyboy.
Kai Wolf here playing our German villain. Oh, he was always like the kind of like go-to German or Russian or something at the time.
Bartender stuck in behind the bar. And the first to arrive in the cantina are
Mm-hmm.
our three amigos.
And of course, they're freaking out because they think that the Amigos are with the German.
Tequila out of a big jug? Must be homemade. Delayed reaction. Hey, Lady V, how you doing? Chevy Chase really does play piano.
This Only Murders in the Building prequel is weird.
It is, Lady V. I agree with you. I believe today's feature has got a runtime of about an hour 45 minutes. Dad joke. Easily amused on their own entertainment. And here's the real Germans. This town's getting too rough for me. Being led by a donkey on another donkey. Needless to say, this film has a lot of jackasses.
What you say?
How dare he ask that? Yep, to kill ya. The hardiness of a lot of cocktails. The one that's yeah, which one is that? Banditos. It's only three of them.
Fine.
Right, Lady V? Yeah. They're good at Goofy.
Meanwhile, back at El Guapo's hideout.
Hey, melted copper.
Hmm.
Well, that sounds a bit harsh. Merry Christmas to you, melted copper. Lady V. Lady Miss.
That's why you're in silent film.
It was a magic rope. Uh, Where was his mind there? More banditos.
Mm. You're one of them. Uh, now it gets real.
Hello, Resolute Germ. Ah, man up, you man actors.
I've been shot already.
Wait. Bandidos wrecking the town of Santo Poco. This banditos are wrecking the town of Santo Poco. As the three amigo cowards wander back into Santo Poco.
Dusty.
It's loading his gun. Yep, Lady V, there might need some rare bullets. Can I take this over? He's thinking to himself.
Whoops.
Whoopsies. How do you like your bat?
Where did they get these instructions exactly?
Yeah. Aww.
Honey rabbit.
There's one of them there coyotes. Even the tortoise is dancing. Blew up your PC again. What? What does that mean, LDG? I hope that's not true.
Is that his real voice? I think it is. Yeah.
I'm sure it was Resolute. That was everybody recorded that for the film. He's got a canteen filled with sand. Never trust a mirage. He's got all his water. And he's wasting. They're salivating over his water. Oh, he just throws it out. Hey, Connie. Hello, Rhonda. We're watching The Three Amigos. And I just found the singing bush. Yeah, Steve Martin plays the banjo. And he does write his own music. Has for years. It's the singing bush.
You think?
What goes up must come down. In the air. Oh no, that's not the air. He killed the invisible swordsman. We both fired up.
I still use that line. It's like living with a 6-year-old. Follow that plane.
Neither does a waffle.
Wow.
Many peasants will be coming for your birthday.
Carmen is played by an actress named Patrice Martinez, and she actually comes from an acting family. Her mother and brother are both actors. Her first movie was Convoy in 1976 with Chris Christopherson. And you might remember her from the Zorro TV series, ran from 1990 to 1993, with Duncan Regehr playing Zorro, who, of course, was Dracula in Monster Squad, a movie we watched a few weeks ago.
Rhonda says, time we're going off oven. Gotta run. Merry Christmas,
Oh.
everyone.
Hey.
Merry Christmas to you, Rhonda.
Take care, Rhonda.
The food. When you want a woman, you just take the woman.
Or I'll kill her. I don't think that's how that works.
Take care, Rhonda. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, Rhonda.
I think his aiming was bad. Maybe he was. Maybe he really wasn't aiming for the hat after all.
No.
Just needed a target to shoot. No biggie.
Yeah.
He's got other henchmen around.
No peripheral vision.
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas?
Well,
Nice shot.
yeah.
Whoops.
No.
He's hung in there by his spurs.
Whoops. He's him.
Henchmen that play instruments. Who would have thought it? That's a lot of mariachis. Not a very good guard. He's already sleeping. He must be a pacifist.
Oh, she's not.
Imagine if she went full pistol whip on his ass. They actually leave the keys behind. Yeah. Add 20 years to that. It's a ugly shit brown sweater.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
Here at No Sissy's Gym, you will learn discipline and true strength training.
Hört auf an die Women. Even the German's like, wait, what? Any small villages? Who the hell are you? Ah!
Hey, rough girl, Merry Christmas to you.
Gotta have a duel. That's a fun backstory, though, because he's like this kid actor who survived in Hollywood somehow. You know. Meanwhile, Lucky's MacGyvered his way out of the cell here.
Here you have a showdown between one determined German and one Nettie Niedermeyer. Little bit heavy. And bow you have it about two men about to die. Or one of them, at least. 5-1 on the Germans, says Resolute Germ.
He's like, wait, what?
I think those odds are about right. It looks like the German boy got blown away.
Bam. I don't know.
I don't know. That's a lot of pistol arrows. Not you, Dusty! There is a blue light special at Kmart. Shop Kmart, shop Kmart Smart.
He might be a quick draw artist, but he's not a real pilot. uh,
They can really sew in Santo Poco. Grandma's gonna keep her own pace.
Yeah.
A team of three Amigos faces an entire Banshee of Banditos, led by El Guapo. Damn it, that branch didn't do anything to you. Why are you so angry at that branch?
4, 5, 6.
It's the ultimate clown car trick. They're over there too. Adios, El Guapo.
You're losing your army.
There goes your army of banditos. Not anymore. Santo Poco, a town you should never mess with the town folk, because they know how to sew.
Didn't do bad with the shooting either.
Well, they're bound to point the gun in a direction, and it's bound to go somewhere. All amigos, amigos, amigos. Don't fall for it. Shot him in the foot.
Good trick too.
And that's the end of El Guapo.
Let his tyranny never come again to Santo Poco. You can have your watch and I'm still alive, kid.
Yeah.
Yes, do fashion knockoffs and build your town up super rich. The cornerstone of any Mexican town, really. Not a sponsor, just kidding. Beautiful red carnations in her hand.
Well, yeah.
That's a great idea, Lady V. They will henceforth be called the great town of Amigos. Hello, little flower. Oh, that's a nice mama
This random woman
Sita.
just shows up.
Care baby. Whoa, horsey. Whoa, horsey. And that is the three amigos. Boy, they really can hold that note.
All right.
Are you going to consult with the scrolls
You'll consult
of
the scrolls.
IMDb?
And by scrolls, I mean IMDb Pro. Three Amigos was released D6. Was released. It's budgeted at approximately 25 million and made 39. So it did fine. Let's see. There were 23 filming locations in and around Arizona. And also Culver City, California.
My Little Buttercup, written by Randy Newman.
Mm-hmm. All right. To the trivia. El Guapo is Spanish for the handsome one. Alfonso Arrau, who plays El Guapo, also starred in a movie called The Three Amigos. That was a Spanish language film. So, yeah. Long and storied career. He of course was also into Wild Bunch, which we've done before here on the show, and he went on to direct as well. Sam Kinison had a role as one of the bandits, but it was cut out of the film.
That's a shame.
Originally, the movie was supposed to star Steve Martin with Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi. Martin mentioned it in a Playboy interview published in January of 1980, referring to the movie as The Three Caballeros. I could never pronounce that word, but, you know. Lucky Day's first gunshot wound is in his left arm. In Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, Steve Martin kept getting shot in his left arm. So it's a running joke. Steven Spielberg considered directing the film, but chose to do E.T. instead. He has said in interviews that his choices for the roles in this film were Steve Martin as Lucky, Bill Murray as Dusty, and Robin Williams as Ned. Spielberg would later direct Williams and Hook.
Yep. Kind of holiday-ish movie.
Yep. El Guapo's second in command is named Jefe. This word literally translates to boss. Yeah. While singing the opening song, the three amigos simultaneously hold the high note for 14 seconds. The bats hunted by Ned are actually fried bacon served on skewers.
I knew it looked like bacon.
Yeah, it does. John Landis has said that if Martin Short had turned down the role of Ned, he would have approached Rick Moranis. Nederlander is Dutch for Dutchman from the Netherlands. Interestingly, assistant production coordinator Sharon Nederlander bears the same name. The cantina at the beginning of the movie is called Cantina del Borracho, which translates as Canteen of the Drunk, or Bar of the Drunk. In his memoir, Life Itself, Roger Ebert recounted appearing as a guest on The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson, alongside Chevy Chase, who was promoting the film. During the interview, Ebert was asked what his least favorite film of the holiday season was. He replied, Three Amigos. Yeah, Roger Ebert, believe it or not, was not a fan of this movie. I don't know what movie he saw, but anyway. Chase said, well, I'm looking forward to your next picture. But later confided Ebert backstage that he didn't think it's so hot either. So believe it or not, Chevy Chase didn't like this movie, and he's in it. But of course, that's kind of standard for him to appear in a movie and then later say he didn't like it, you know.
Yeah.
John Landis said in an Empire magazine piece that the studio took the film out of his hands in post-production and edited it severely. Release the Landis cut. All right. Steve Martin learned lasso tricks while working in a magic shop at Disneyland as a teenager. Principal photography took place during January, February, March, and April of 1986. and was released by December. So it's a pretty fast turnaround.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This was one of 2 Steve Martin movies with singing plants, released in 1986. The other was The Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Three Amigos was one of 3 mid-80s Western spoofs. The others were Rustler's Rhapsody and Lost in the Dust. This was the only film co-written by composer Randy Newman. And his voice was digitally altered to sing as the Singing Bush.
Huh.
Fran Drescher, who of course we now know has been in the news lately. She is the current president of the Screen Actors Guild. Had a role at the start of the movie, but she was also cut out.
I wonder why.
All right. This was the first film in which Steve Martin and Martin Short starred in together. They also starred in the Father of the Bride films, and of course went on to do Only Murders in the Building, currently seen on Hulu.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. 4 actors in the movie executive scenes have played roles in The Simpsons. Steve Martin was Ray Patterson in Trash of the Titans. John Lovitz has played a number of characters, including Artie Ziff, Lou Ellen Sinclair, Jay Sherman, which was also the critic, Professor Lombardo, Mrs. Sinclair, Aristotle Amidopoulos in several episodes. Joe Mantegna was Fat Tony in several episodes. And, of course, the late Phil Hartman as Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz. Tony Plana, who played Hefe, turned down Oliver Stone's platoon to appear in this. He also appeared in Salvador and knew that shooting Platoon in the Philippines would be an even more difficult shoot compared to the 5-star hotel being provided for the Tucson location in this film. Stone did not talk to him for years.
I bet.
This was the first movie collaboration of Phil Hartman and Steve Martin. They appeared later on together in Sergeant Bilko.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Short appeared in 2 mid-late 80s comedies with the words 3 prefixed in the title. The other was The Three Fugitives. And, of course, this was one of 2 movie collaborations of John Landis and Chevy Chase, the other one being Spies Like Us in 1985.
Also an 80s classic.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Anything more?
Here is an interesting one. Philip Gordon, who plays Rodrigo, and Brian Thompson, who was one of the Germans, are both in the Terminator.
Yep.
Yeah. The 3 amigos were offered 100,000 pesos to come to Santo Poco, which in 1920 was worth about 50,000 US dollars, adjusted for inflation. That would be worth 641,000 currently. Of course, there's many more pieces of trivia to go. You can head over to IMDb and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything coming up later there, deleted scenes?
I do. I will have. I will be. I'll have my show Unscripted at 8 p.m. Eastern, and The Other Side of Midnight at 12:05 a.m. Eastern. That will be my last Other Side of Midnight for the year. So please check that out. And of course, Tuesday, a brand new episode of Live from Sparkwood and 21, which is a retrospective of the Twin Peaks television series and the media that surrounded it. And this week will be the part 2 of The Secret Diary of Laura Palmer. And we'll be discussing that book for about as much as we can without going into spoilers, because in the book there are some spoilers for the show. And there's also some subject matter that's a little touchy too, so we're kind of having to navigate around that. But yeah, so stay tuned.
You're welcome, ALDJ of Free the Net. Alright, if you guys join us next week, I believe we will run Steve McQueen in Nevada Smith. Steve McQueen in a Western, yep. I may or may not do a show later today or tomorrow, so maybe look for it. Who knows? A lot of stuff going down. You want to link your links there, Deleted Scenes, before we get out of here?
I will.
Hope you enjoyed today's feature film. A nice little subgenre. And it doesn't drag on. It goes on as long as it needs to. And it's not a terrible film. It's not the greatest, but it had laughs. It was a good time. No booze required.
Yeah. I always found this movie to be highly enjoyable, and I think it still works today.
Yeah. So there's Unscripted for later. Go drop by and say hello if you can. And then, surprising, the final episode of The Other Side of Midnight.
Mm-hmm. Final episode for the year. Because, of course, next Sunday is New Year's Eve. We will be on past midnight. So I will be there January 1st, 2024. But tonight's episode will be the last one for 2023.
And you're doing your show on Tuesday.
Yeah, that is correct. Tuesday, that will be 8:30 Eastern.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, buckaroos, keep your spurs up, and we'll see you in the next one. I am your host, Jedi Bill, and that's Deleted Scenes, reminding you all to be excellent to each other and party on. Be safe. Have a nice holiday out there. To you, Deleted Scenes.
And from HQ, in our second home office in Arizona, good night, take care, stay strong, because this is how we win. And of course, Merry Christmas.
Indeed.